something going on. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Something going on in the neighborhood. Why do we see much further than we should? You're sick of the lies, sick of the lies. Who you gonna call when you get on the line? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Yeah! GLOBEBUSTERS! 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 If there ain't no curve, there ain't no ball. The globe religion about to fall. We're gonna open your eyes so you can see who you're gonna call if you wanna be free. GLOBEBUSTERS! 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 Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Yeah! GLOBEBUSTERs! GLOBEBUSTErs! GLOBEBUSTERs!
And welcome everybody to GLOBEBUSTERS. We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
It is as simple as that, folks. Thank you, Tony Coriolis, for letting me know that the sound was good. Welcome, everybody, to the GLOBEBUSTERS Weekend Update. I'm your host, Zach, Good Times for All. And in this show, we go over what the GLOBEBUSTERS have been doing this week, along with a lot of new people making their first Flat Earth videos. At least putting it in the title or something like that. It's been an even crazier week, folks. I had enough to do a show probably by Wednesday morning. I don't know what is going on with the whole world going crazy. Flat Earth is still being talked about like all over the place. Lord Jamar came out again and went back onto that podcast and doubled down on his flat earth stance, and there's so many people out there talking about it, like in the rapper community. It's being talked about everywhere. You go and look in a nook and cranny of the internet and you're going to find flat earthers. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't sure I was ever going to see anything like this, like what we're seeing. Here we go. As you can see, there are quite a few tabs up here this week. It's exploding like never before. So this time we're not going to go into every channel and look and all that kind of stuff. We will hit the thumbs up and throw a comment in still for all of them. And I will be dropping them into the chat. I'm getting a lot more comments back too. It does help. So please, folks, if you got some time, go into some of these channels that I share here and just hit a thumb and a thanks for sharing or something like that. So this first video, here we go. We'll drop it into the chat for you there. This is a perspective demo. This is Zinnia's Bit. ZINNIA apostrophe S space BIT. Here you go. Nice and quick.
This measures back to be 49.5 inches here, 49.5 inches there. So there's no curve per se, right? Slight little sag not because of gravity, but because of density. So there's a tiny bit of a sag here, but the most important point is knowing the ends are the same. So that's where I said this can't be it's not a perfect thing, but it's a teaching point. And so my cloud people, just put your clouds, kind of stagger yourself like a little bit you're doing. From your vantage point, are those clouds going down?
Yeah.
But are they going down from your vantage point? No, right?
No.
You're parallel. But this is you looking up in the sky, and those clouds look like they're going down. Okay, so right now that's noon to you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're to watch the sun move, and just like the clouds, it looks like it's going down. You're watching. It's going to be watching the sunset. Now, the important thing to see. This is my pretend clouds. Is understanding when you see a sunset, it doesn't go over the curve of the Earth. It's your vantage point is going away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is why this is important to understand. These are like clouds. It could be mountains, depending on where you live. It could be trees. It could be buildings. But most of all,
It's this easy, folks, to share this with people. Just how perspective works. You don't even need all the gizmos and gadgets. It helps, to have the tripods but you don't have to even break out the tape measure. You could bring something up and show them that they're equal height, take it apart, and then have somebody sit on the ground, have somebody stand level with it, and have somebody stand above it and just describe what they see. They'll start to kind of grasp this whole idea of, we see it all the time, the light posts, all that kind of stuff. Of course, they're not getting smaller, they're just getting further away. So this kind of stuff, these demonstrations for groups is so important. It really, really helps solidify, how these things actually work. You're not trying to explain it to somebody, you can show them. And what do they have? Cotton balls, an orange, a piece of string. Anybody can get that stuff, right? You can show this to all kinds of people very simply.
as clouds get down, as clouds get further and further away, they're getting, in a sense, more dense. That's why you can see sometimes in the middle of the sky clouds or the sun setting. So you tell me when you start to see the sun, half the sun go away.
Right there.
Am I lower? Did I lower the ball? I'm still on the string, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden,
Yeah, very good stuff. So thank you so much, Zinnia's bit. Like I said, we have so many to go through. We're not going to be able to go into everybody's channel and see if they've been putting out flat earth stuff for a while. This is definitely the first time I've ever seen this channel. And it's just a perspective demo. I dropped the link in chat. Yeah, I'm going to close these out as I'm going to. Okay, first things first, we're going to share the link with y'all. And this next one is by Selfie Story. Ancient Humans Beyond the Ice Wall. The Forbidden Earth Theory. Unearthed secrets, ancient secrets. More land, more civilizations, and more secrets than we've ever been told. I'm seeing a lot of these videos too, like what's beyond Antarctica type videos. Again, to me, these are all speculation, right? A lot of cool stories that I take with a grain of salt. That's, I need a lot more definitive proof than a video even. So I don't know what's out there. Don't claim to know. I'm very interested, but at the same time, not going to drive myself crazy trying to figure it out. They've gone to extreme lengths to keep what's out there hidden from us. Just look into the Antarctic Treaty. Taboo Conspiracy did an amazing breakdown. He's a lawyer on the treaty and what you have to go through to go out there. Good morning, Cammie. She's having a girls' night, her and Liz, over at Jay's house, Jana. They went and saw an old stone bridge, big stones. That's not too far from here. I'm seeing a lot of monolith videos and stuff like that coming out of America now, North America. People sharing these, you know, there'll be this little wooden hut type thing. It looks like a cabin almost. And you walk into it and there's 3 giant monoliths with stuff carved on them, saying they were found here in North America and they were built by the Mayans or something like that. Just crazy stuff. This stuff is on display out there. Yeah, just wild stuff happening. So the unseen edge of the world delves into Antarctica and the maps and what we've been told. And yeah, like I said, if you have time, I know everybody's busy. We got stuff to do, but a thumbs up is great. And then thanks for sharing. Much appreciated. This stuff really does. It just keeps that fire going in these people. And even if they're not flat earthers, it'll give them, you know, that oomph to at least make another video about the topic. Maybe look in a little bit deeper. I'm starting to believe a heart is flat. I'm thinking he meant earth there. John Pork. JOHNPORK, 2 words. We'll just play this. This is 5 seconds. It's just showing the this stuff Narnia up here. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of these. A lot of really short videos and people talking about flat earth. You know that so-called map was from a fictional novel, don't you? Well, maybe this one. I've seen one that was from an old Tibetan monastery, right? Truth or Trash, the ultimate conspiracy theory rankings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these people were, oh, this one's cool. So here you go. Let's take a look at this. So they have their ranking system here, right? This is stuff they strongly agree with, believe to know 100% that it is a conspiracy. This one is most likely a conspiracy. This one is they have no idea. They're unsure. They're on the fence. And then these are all BS down here. So they start, I'll show you the list of the stuff they have. So they got 5G, Area 51, Cure Cancer, Flat Earth, Mandela, Philadelphia, 9/11, cryptids, chemtrails, climate change, deep state, JFK, New World Order, blah, 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 alien cover-ups, AI apocalypse. Okay. So as they're going through, they're putting stuff in here, right? 5G, they're most likely sure that there's some weird stuff going on with 5G. Then 9/11, guaranteed there was something funky, weird about 9/11, right? They're positive of it. They're going to move forward. Let's see. They're figuring out which ones to pick next. Okay, let's get back up to the graph. Here we go. Now this one, they had it up here, right? 100% sure there's something weird about the shape of the Earth. Mandela was down here is probably not. I remember, oh, yeah, Mandela down there. Okay. Yeah, flat Earth ended up, like they had it up here, and then they ended up putting it down here in the, we don't know. We're not sure. In the moon landing, they're pretty sure it was nonsense, right? Let's see what they put a couple of the other ones at. Cryptids, probably not. The cure for cancer, they're pretty sure they have it. Let's see how it ends up back here. So yes, MK Ultra is real, the deep state's real, JFK assassination was BS, blue beam's real, bioweapons, chemtrails are real, New World Order, HARP. Okay, 5G, they're pretty sure. Moon landing, they're pretty sure was BS. cure cancer. Hitler's death, they're pretty sure was BS. And then here, Area 51 and Flat Earth, they're not sure. Ancient aliens, they're calling nonsense down here. The reptilians, 100% nonsense. The Philadelphia experiment and climate change are all nonsense. So it's a pretty good conversation that these guys had. Pretty down to earth, level headed. I thought it was really cool. 131 thumbs up. I was 132nd there. I don't think I commented yet. I will go ahead and do that now. But yeah, people are just waking up about all kinds of stuff. Greatest apocalypse ever, folks. Let's see, a video that NASA don't want you to know. Number 3. This is just a 16-second one. I'm seeing a lot of these. This is by Senior, Sinyor. We'll drop that in there for y'all. Okay. Seeing a lot of these. A lot of people putting hashtag flat earth in their stuff. I'm gonna just pause that. There's no talking. It zooms in and sees the fly. I remember that one. But yeah, lots of people are, we saw this one years ago, but lots of people are seeing them for the first time and they're sharing them. I think it's awesome. So this person definitely needs some love. Hashtag flat earth, Mars landing, moon landing, Nevada, Mars. Yeah, let's go show this person a little bit of love. Like I said, this stuff isn't easy at first, right? It's not. And it especially really sucks when there's 0 comments and 0 thumbs and yeah. I mean, if you got a few minutes, I am a silent warrior channel. Proof that the earth is flat. Seeing a lot of these. A lot of these. Real short. Yeah, just seeing a lot of these, folks. We're going to be zipping through these again. Okay, here is Unk talks about the firmament. Flat Earth. RLNWES. Go ahead and get that thumb up there. I'll share it real quick. How's everybody doing out there today? What's up, Brian? Ember Burns. Why Chrome? Why Chrome? Oh, they went to the Dixie Gems. And she got more rocks. She can never have too many rocks. All right. We'll check this one out.
I watched the freestyle with you in it.
Okay, I remember this one. This one, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm not going to play much of it. But he's talking about a totally different religion, a totally different God I had never heard of. And he says some, very controversial things, so to say, about Christianity and whatnot. And we're not here to upset people and this and that, but this is a very controversial one right here, as what he's saying. He is saying it's flat, right? And there's a firmament and this and that. And then he gives the name of his real God. So I don't know, it was something I had never heard. I didn't even go research it. I got kind of a weird feeling. And maybe that is a sign that I should go research into this. But yeah, check this video out if you've got some time. It's only less than 6 minutes. And he says some very interesting things. Very matter-of-factly. It's a wild one. So thank you, RLNWES. All capital letters. Thanks for sharing. Much appreciated. Don't do drugs, kids. Wow. But yeah, like I said, people are having this conversation everywhere. Everywhere. Globies only know what they are indoctrinated with. This was flat earth stuff. I think I've shared this channel before. Give them a thanks for sharing. But yeah, all these old videos that all these new people have never seen, it's awesome because if you try to go searching for this stuff, it's not easy to find. It just isn't. The algorithms hide all this stuff. So let's see what's all in here. Yeah, Alan Alda. Just some, a little bit more famous people coming out and talking about it.
Kyrie Irving recently said the Earth was flat.
Because there's something good about it, which is they're trying to figure out how nature works. Is the Earth round or flat? What is it? YouTube thing. And somebody was talking about how they think it's actually possible that the world is flat.
I think that's more important now than maybe ever, but how do you think people can do that in these politically
I
charged times?
realize it's a radical thing to say the world is flat.
Kind of is.
But I think it's true for me. And maybe there's something positive about them that can change me for the better. I should always look to be changed for the better. Yell at each other all the time. World is flat. World is flat. World is flat.
How hilarious is that?
Disastrously wrong.
I remember this.
I think it's true for me.
I think it's true for me.
Can knock you.
Come here, what do you think you're up to?
No flat, no flat, no flat, no flat, no flat, no flat.
And the videography wasn't bad. So flat earth stuff. Thank you for keeping it up. Keep on going, man. Or gal. Apologize. The VR char password locked world is a flat earth haven. We're seeing a lot of this too in the video game world. It's exploding. People talking about flat earth. I've seen so many, people streaming themselves playing video games, and nothing about playing video games is in the title. It's all about flat earth. VR char. I don't know what VR char is. I'm assuming virtual reality something or other. Oh yeah, so he's in here. Okay. We'll just skip through this real quick.
396. Let's see. 528.
So it goes into like a locked world, right?
I don't enter the ship. So
and he starts going
cards.
through, and you can play cards, and then
Oh,
there's like a secret thing that he walks into
portal area
that he finds.
What's this? Is this a door somewhere? Oh, and this just brought me back. Nothing. It doesn't even look
Where's
like it's
it at?
completed.
There's the Flat Earth Society thing.
Ew.
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 This guy's definitely not a flat earth.
Ew. Oh no.
And then look it on the wall.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. This is a flat earth. This is for flat earthers. Ew. Ew.
So he's definitely not a flat earther. But like I said, it's everywhere, folks. This is some virtual reality world people are building. And yeah, all kinds of stuff about flat earth in there. So thanks for sharing, even though you're not a flat earther. My high school gym teacher is a flat earther, and I need to talk about it. Queen Stinky. Okay. So she's starting her trip down the rabbit hole. Her gym teachers, oh my goodness. Yeah. So she was flat smacked by her gym teacher of all people. All right, here is a song, I believe, called Flat Earth. Ash Zeke Official. The official artist channel. So we're gonna, it's 3 hours, 48 minutes. Oh, I don't think I shared that last one. I apologize. Queen Stinky. The name of her channel is Queen Stinky, one word, capital Q, capital S. If you'd like to go see her talk about her gym teacher teaching her that the earth is flat and she just needed to talk about it. And she's doing her rabbit hole right now. So thank you, Queen Stinky. Sorry about that. I don't believe I shared your link. So let's listen to this song. I don't know if I've listened to this one all the way yet. I was gonna pick any music that has flat earth in it, pro or against. I just wanted to kind of put out there. There's so much anti stuff being made too, right? Because all these people are talking about it now and they're having their knee-jerk reaction moment, which, I mean, I had. It took me 4 months to click on my first flat earth video and to stop calling these, calling flat earthers retarded and what's wrong with them. It's, it's 2015. 2014? What's going on? How could there be people like this? So yeah, I get it. I get it. Here we go. Like I'm walking down the street on like a sunny day, waving to people. I like it.
You ever get the feeling like we're all living in a conspiracy? All these things they're telling me, like I don't even know the truth. You know the flat earth theory's making more sense than it used to. It's all too big to ignore, and the history we were taught was fake too. So maybe the earth is flat. Maybe Tartaria was a real civilization. Or maybe
what are you talking about? It was
I'm just crazy. Or maybe I'm the only one who's actually sane.
Welcome, American Bald Guy and Heart of Earth. Hi.
You ever get the feeling like we're all living in a conspiracy? All these things they're telling me, like I don't even know the truth. You know the flat earth theory's making more sense than it used to. It's all too big to ignore, and the history we were taught was fake too. So maybe the earth is flat. Maybe Tartaria was a real civilization. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Or maybe I'm the only one who's actually sane.
Like FD for Sesame Street. Yeah, I love this music. Just made me feel happy for some reason. So I enjoyed that. I'm gonna go. Let's go see. I'll go check this channel out. 6 months ago, 11 months ago. Ash. In words I do not understand. I don't even know where this video is. So yeah. The Ash Zeke Official, a song called Flat Earth, with what, in my opinion, a catchy little groove there. I enjoyed that. So thank you for sharing. We're going to give that a thumbs up. Much appreciated. And yes, Tartaria was a real, it was an empire. It's kind of what we know as like Genghis Khan and the Mongolians and stuff like that. They were a roaming army. They didn't so much, I mean, they say they took all the way over to France from, Eastern Russia all the way over to France. They had that whole place. But it wasn't like they were building and settling in all these places. They were a nomadic type of people. And they would travel and pretty much come to your gates of your city and be like, hey, you can become part of us and we will, you'll pay tribute to us, give us some food, some whatnot, livestock, this, that, the stuff we need, fix our weapons and this and that, and we won't destroy your town. And that's how they ruled most of, Western Europe and even Eastern Europe for the most part. They didn't, at least as far as the story goes, right? We've looked into the old history books of the Russian empires and stuff like that. And yes, Tartaria was an empire. They claimed it started up in northeastern Russia. So that's like the official story. Which I don't know about any of the history that we've been taught, really. So Morse code. I thought this is kind of funny. Flat Earth in Morse code by Morse code. I thought Bob would have got a kick out of this. He could sit there and listen to Morse code and be like, oh yeah, that said this. Just, yeah, he was gifted, man. Super gifted. Oh, I wish I could turn off that video. I don't like the flashing. It's very abrupt. Welcome, Leland. Welcome, Lucky Luke 369. Love those numbers. Team RH. Yeah, it is shocking how many RH negatives are flat earthers. Like the concentration of people, like when we have flat earth meetups, it's insane how many of these people are RH negatives. Just saying. It's wild. Dark City, 1998. I remember I saw this movie at the theaters, The Flat Earth Theory. So it just plays some part of the movie. Morse Code was the name of that. I forgot. You guys got to stay on top of me. I forgot to share that last one. So this is Sine Unconscious. Give them a thanks for sharing. Yeah, crazy movie about like an alien race studying human beings. They couldn't live in sunlight. And they would like erase our memories and this and that and all kinds of crazy stuff. This movie was, but it was taking place on a flat disk. Like out in space though. But yeah, that's a movie I'm gonna have to go back and watch. But yeah, the flat earth theory in the title, you know. Very cool. Everywhere. Cinema, this, that. Are you a flat earther? Do you believe the earth is flat? Unchained, down the rabbit hole. This is a long one. Hour 33. Oh yeah, these guys, I think these two are flat earthers for sure, and maybe I forget. I listened to most of this.
They orbit the Earth, right?
But I wasn't watching it.
And that's how you get your GPS and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now, and then the waters the ice walls that you're talking about, they would eventually melt and go away.
But you couldn't see it. Now, how are they going to find a black hole in deep space if you can't see times to change flights?
Yeah, I'm
you know what I
pretty sure
mean?
these two are
Refuel
the flat
and
earthers. But it was a fun conversation back and forth. They seemed pretty genuine, right? They really did. It was just a good conversation. Having the kind, like I said, everybody is having this conversation because there's so many more people coming to the realization, right? And they're wanting to share it with other people. They don't want to argue and fight. They just want to share these ideas that they've learned. Maybe go out and test them. Still not seeing as many tests as back in the day, right? Like that's the one thing that's really different about now compared to back then. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people out there doing it still, but it's not like it seemed like back in the day, 2016, 2015, there was like so many people going out and making long distance observations. You know, I get it. Once you've made your observations, you really don't need to go out to the same. I mean, I wouldn't say go and make one observation, right? Well, like I went out to Lake Michigan multiple times, caught it on different days and saw different amounts and then learned why, right? Came down to the angular resolution limit and Rayleigh's criterion and all this kind of stuff, which they don't add into curve calculators. Yeah, so here, I will copy this and drop this in here for y'all. It was a pretty good conversation that they had. Flat Earth map of 1982, China and more. Night God 333, Secrets Revealed. This is a long one, 2 hours and 50 minutes. And I think it's just them talking. Let's see. Dead air.
I need to get cracking and do some more videos. I know, dude. Like, like I said, dude, I've been trying to really. It was like
And I think this
hardly
was supposed to
inhabited,
be 1892.
really desolate.
So another person
Whatever was under the water.
going down their rabbit
that-
hole, right? So that's Night God 333, Secrets Revealed. Link is in the chat. They're having the conversation. And this helps so much, folks. It really does. It helps them out so much. Just a comment or a thumb. If you got some time, go check out some of these channels, please. Right there, Night God 333, Secrets Revealed. 554K subscribers. That's a big one. Only 2 views. 550. What? Something ain't adding up here. 67K, 29K, 22K. Let's see. What's been going on right now? 20K, 21K. What the heck? Alive. 14K, 14. I don't know. I don't even see this video anymore. How did I see this video? And he's made other stuff. Ice Wall 4.2K, 8.1K. What is this video that I got? It's almost 3 hours. 3 views. 4 days ago. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't get it. That's wild. That is wild. So I dropped the link in chat. Yeah, that's a lot of subscribers. 500,000? And only getting 3 views. I don't know how that happened. I didn't see any of his videos with less than 4,000 views. So we'll take that for whatever that's worth. This person had a dream. Earth is flat. Space is fake and NASA's a lie. Backwoods Truther. Very cool channel name. We're going to give him a thanks for sharing. Much appreciated. California Republic. We'll listen to a couple minutes of this one, all right? I like these testimonials.
I'm be sharing a dream I had about a month ago. So this dream starts, and it was me and 4 like new friends that I had. And in this dream, we were driving around my town at nighttime in a white Sprinter van, and we were just talking about life. And someone said, "Hey, do you guys believe in God?" And my other friend sitting beside me said, "Yeah." And everyone was talking. And then it got to me, and they said, "Hey, Hoyt, do you believe in God?" And I said, "Of course I believe in God. I'm a super soldier for God, actually." And they said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, God shows me the truth about God in my dreams. And also God shows me future events of things to come in my dreams. And some of these dreams, I actually draw them out, and I
Now, I'm sure we've all had some of these dreams. I have, right? There's a reason that I don't even want to see the ocean with my eyes. Because of a dream. As crazy as that sounds, right? I took it more of a warning than anything else. Like I woke up and I was just like, What the hell? And I've been in the ocean, you know, I've stepped in the ocean 9 times. Golf a few times. But yeah, I don't know. The wave that I saw in my dream, it seemed so real. Everything about it seemed so real. And I don't want to see that. I just don't. So yeah, this is about his prophetic dreams that he has and stuff like that. If you want to check it out, did I try? I don't think I did. Here's the link to this one. Like I said, we're seeing a lot of this stuff. It was since I started the show, this has been a week that has doubled. I found double the amount as other shows. It's just crazy. Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Stars, Toxic Vaccines, Toxic Fluoride, HIV Hoax is the name of the channel. We have been lied to about the light. So this is a quick one, 132. I guess we'll watch this one. Let's listen. Let me see. Okay, they don't talk. So I'm just gonna. The yin and yang. Just like a perfectly designed timepiece. Cool. Again, Flat Earth. I'm seeing so many titles now with Flat Earth in the title. Now, there's a bunch of them out there that I don't understand what they're in other languages. So full video presentation on Eric DeBay YouTube channel. Let's see. Thanks for sharing. Much appreciated. And the thumbs. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of these things now. I don't know if I dropped it. Let me go ahead and put this one in there. So yeah, toxic vaccines, toxic fluoride, HIV hoax channel. Again, we're not going to dive into every channel. We still got a whole show's worth to do already. Night Talk mit Rico, number 43, Effie Rico podcast. Never heard of this channel. Started up, let's see. I think this one's, yeah, this is the one. Okay. I checked into this one. How have I never heard of Effie Rico? I mean, it is in a different language. Looks like German. Let's see.
Können wir eindeutig nachweisen. Und es ist nicht nur der atmosphärische.
Awesome. Every language. Nice. He's getting some good, 30 comments, 1.2K views. FE Rico podcast. If you know German or have any German family members or friends that you'd like to share Flat Earth with, here is the FE Rico podcast. Possible place to send them. Now, I don't know what they're saying, right? Or how well he presents. But yeah, thank you, FE Rico. Earth magnetism. Earth is flat, flat Earth, truth, awakening, spirituality, awakening, Earth magnetism. We Vitalize is the name of the channel. So let's see what this one. Think again. North Pole in the center, South Pole around the outer edge. See, this is. But no, the magnetic field that we get, like in a ring magnet, the magnetic where the North Pole is on the inside and the South Pole's around the outside, it draws a beautiful straight line and it's very condensed. The magnetic field lines don't really extend out all that far, right? You can see them, especially on the inside of the circle, just from the north part. But the like with the magnetic film, you put it up there and it's just like this perfect circle. There are ways to recreate the magnetic field that we're given, we're told is there, which I mean is, for the most part, all the maps. If you're going to go out and use a compass and a map to find your way around, you need to know your magnetic declination or you're not going to end up in the right place. It's just a fact. Any kind of trail maps you go looking for, you know, hiking long distances, maybe you're going to hike 20 miles through a forest and you want to go that way, you need to know your magnetic declination or you're going to be possibly degrees off of where you tried ending up, which turns into, you know, a pretty good distance when you start getting miles and miles and miles away. The Earth is flat. The sun and moon are local. A lot of shorts, a lot of these shorts popping up. And so, and you know, I don't agree with a lot of them, the comments that they're making. A lot of them, you know, we had a lot of these ideas back in the day, right? And then we did some more thinking about it and had some friends show us their ideas, and a lot of us found out, hey, maybe I was wrong about that. Maybe this is possible, you know, on a sphere as well as the flat plane. So, but it's Rabbi Nakam Yisrael. If you want to go check out their channel, sounds like they're diving in and thinking about stuff. I love it. I love it, folks. All walks of life everywhere. Guy strapped to a fan trying to prove the sun is local and the earth is flat. Hashtag flat earth, hashtag sun, hashtag earth. Henry Hudson. So he goes up into this, and this is just some beautiful views. My cousin had one of these, her husband. I never wanted to go up, and it was a little bit bigger than this too. It was kind of like a go-kart, a two-seater go-kart with a giant fan on the back. And then it had the parachute thing, the glider. And he was real safe about it. He wouldn't fly over woods and stuff like that. He had 500 acres, I think, of farmland. You know, like 70% of it was farmland. And he would just fly above his fields. But yeah, it would go about 2,000 feet up. This one looks like it goes a lot higher. It's probably a lot lighter as well. But yeah, that's a cool observation. I don't think I've seen anybody go up in one of these this high talking about flat Earth. So very cool. Henry Hudson. Thank you for sharing. I will drop that link in the chat for y'all. And we'll close that one out. Let's see. 100 reasons Earth's not a moving ball while juggling. If you've never seen Nathan do this, it's very cool. Lively Locksmith, 27. If you know anything about locksmiths, they're pretty clever people for the most part. I've met a couple of them over the years. So yeah, it has Nathan going through the 100 proofs while juggling. Very talented guy. The hand-eye coordination, all that kind of stuff, the mental, the sharpness, being able to memorize all this stuff in orders and stuff like that. He's done a lot of training with his body and brain. Yeah, it's really cool to see. So I will drop this into the chat if you guys want to go check that out. All right. Let's see now. Rainbow Theory and the Firmament. Flat Earth and Conspiracy video is the name of the channel. A rainbow represents the reflection of the dome. A lot of people, this is just 13 seconds. I guess we can go ahead and followed by Primal Dad Truther. I've got a couple double rainbow pics out in Texas. West Texas, to be exact. Get my thumb. All right. Jerusalem time on Flat Earth Reconnaissance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a real good one. Let me see.
Over there, we're going to expose what we've been working on for the past few years and what we understood about the awakening of the gypsies that is going on and the awakening of a certain part of the world population about the truth about the shape of the earth. I know it doesn't sound related, but it is.
The gypsies are waking up.
And this is what we're going to discuss. We're also going to explain you what is the situation here in Israel and how it will be maybe possible now for the gypsies to come back in Israel. So we're going to discuss all that. You're welcome to join the conversation.
Wow. So that is at Sigana. He's saying that a certain group of people, type of people, are waking up. Interesting. I will drop that in the chat for y'all. Let's see if 11/6/2025. So is that backwards 6/11? That might have been a few days ago. This is 4 days ago. Channel Flat Earth Reconnaissance. Stream at removed by the uploader.
Shalom. In a couple of days.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go check that out, the link is in the chat there. Now this is Dino Tonelli. If you've never heard, he does all his stuff in Italian. He's transferred quite a few of my videos, my older videos actually, into English. Canal 104 Plus now is his channel, almost 70,000 subscribers. But yeah, he does great work. He does and it's not just about flat Earth. He does it about all kinds of stuff, but he's definitely a flat earther and has been pro flat earth for years. $340 thumbs up. Nice, Dino. Yeah. Really nice guy. There he is, Dino Tonelli, if you want to check him out. But yeah, everything's in Italian, so I don't really understand what he says, but I've listened, I've translated some of his videos, and he just seems like a really nice guy. Hey, Vern, how's it going? Welcome the house. Channel blows. Well, we'll see you then. Take care. No worries. Let me drop Dino's channel in here for y'all. This next one, Isle of Man, Flat Earth by Romantic Warrior. Nikon P1000 Wind Farm. Here we go. Here's somebody going out there and taking a look. Putting together, I remember making these types of videos. Showing the distance and this and that, and very cool. Yep. People out there making observations, man. I love it. Ah. All right. Wow, look at all those. Dang, that was a bunch of them. That's a cool place to go make observations. All right. We will drop that in there for you. Let's see, that was the Romantic Warrior again. So many of them this week. Here's one, Kyle versus PhD Tony. Kyle Adams, member of GLOBEBUSTERS, is hosting the Thursday night. If you didn't see it, it was a really good one on the Moonlight. Yeah, Kyle does great work. He needs to go see if he can get his channel back because he had many more subscribers at one time. And yeah, it was a shame. But there's a lot of people getting their channels back. So we're going to go ahead and play this whole thing. It's under 5 minutes. But yeah, Kyle has been, he's a warrior. He's a truth warrior. He will go out and have the conversation, and he's very polite. And he's very, just a good, genuine person. You can tell just by talking to him. Yeah, Kyle's a great guy. So yeah, definitely if you're not subscribed to Kyle Adams, go over there and subscribe. And just go look at some of the work that he's done. He's really good at making videos and the video editing and all that kind of stuff. I love his approach. Without any further ado, here's his Kyle versus PhD Tony measuring distances. Enjoy, folks.
We can go to sea voyages, like the famous voyage of Captain Bligh after the mutiny on the Bounty. The distance that he travelled was a total of 7,000 kilometres. The spherical distance between his starting point and his end point is 7,000 kilometres. It's 5,600 kilometres. Sorry. The flat Earth distance is 10,181 kilometres.
Based on what map? Have you seen the Abysade map? This is Australia on that map. You're making a lot of assumptions as to exactly how big Australia is and how far away it is from your starting position.
This was a journey in which they could not land because they were being attacked by natives on the islands. So they had to calculate that they had enough food and water to make the journey. They therefore needed to have an accurate understanding of how long this journey took. And they did it using spherical distance calculations.
How do you think they knew about the hostile natives? Do you think someone made this journey beforehand and told them about it? Or do you think they were trying to go ashore and resupply because they were running low on food? You know, your entire argument here boils down to the amount of food that they had. If having enough food proves the globe, does not having enough food to the point of going cannibalistic and starving to death disprove the globe? Oh, well, those guys just weren't using spherical geometry. Well, you've got your whole premise based on the claim that your guys did use spherical geometry, but you didn't provide any reference to show and document that they actually did use spherical geometry. You're just saying, trust me, bro, they did it. Also, why are you acting like sailors took direct courses over long distances across the ocean? Old-fashioned sailors didn't have motors. They relied heavily on ocean currents and air currents to get them from place to place. And those didn't exactly flow in straight lines. Because of this, sailors would take one route there and another route back. They didn't travel against the currents all the way back the way they came. It definitely wasn't a direct course the way you were describing it with spherical geometry.
The point I made with the bounty, the bounty navigation, where Captain Bligh had to navigate more than 6,000 kilometers in order to get to safety. He and his crew could not land. They could not get new water. They could not get new food because every time they landed, they got attacked by the natives.
They could not land except for the times that they did land. Are you hearing yourself?
Because they weren't in a big warship anymore. They were clearly just a bunch of guys in a boat. So they couldn't land. So they had to know exactly how far they were traveling, how much food they needed to get there, and how much water they needed to get there. Your claim that they were making this based on the fact, well, somebody else has done it, is not true. We can accurately calculate the distances that we need to travel and how long it's going to take. So your claim that we can't do that over large distances is simply contradicted. Historically, we have been able to do this, and we do it every day in the modern era.
Okay, either they know where they're going because this is already discovered land that other people have been to, or they have no idea where they're going and they're just out there sailing into uncharted waters. What is it? This message has been brought to you by the Flat Earth Institute of Science, powered by Miro. In typical forums, you're able to create threads for each discussion topic, but on Miro, you're able to create tapestries. Come check it out for free. It's easy.
All right. That was Kyle Adams. Always doing great work. Has the patience of a saint, I must say. Yeah, he can sit and have the conversations with, people that know the answers that are playing dumb. You know who we're talking about. People who have been at defending the globe since, 2015 when I started really watching videos. Same people are still here asking the same questions. They've gotten the answer to 100 times over by different people. But since it's a new person, they're going to ask the question like they don't know the possible answer. they're just dumbfounded, right? All right, this week on Strange World with Martk Sargent and DJ Curious over there. They had Cammie Nodell on this week. And Cammie did great. She knocked it out of the park. Yeah, there was so much love in the chat and everything. It was awesome. She was sharing all her little demonstration tools and toys and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was they had fun. They all seemed to have a really good time. So thank you, Mark and DJ, for having Cammie on the show. If you guys want to go check that one out, I will drop that link in the chat in case you missed it. Yeah, Cammie did really well, though. Well done. No, yeah, I'm on the GLOBEBUSTER channel. I usually work from mine. Let's see. Yeah, there's my comment down there. Yeah, just really well done representing the GLOBEBUSTERS. Bob would have definitely been proud. She did really good. So well done, Cammie. If you're still out there listening. Yeah. Awesome job. And Mark and DJ are just two really, really great guys. So this guy, all the verses of the Bible, describing a flat earth model, part 1. The earth is not moving. This one was really good. Flat Earth and Other Elephants is the name of the channel. Yeah, you guys definitely go check this one out. I just like this guy's the way about it, the way he goes about it. We'll listen to him for a couple minutes here. Yeah, very understanding, he sounds like. How hard it is coming to this conclusion, right?
Bible support a flat earth model or a globe with an infinite universe model. As a Christian, that is a believer, follower and disciple of Jesus, I have noted all my life that the vast majority of Christian commentators and apologists have either glossed over, ignored or fitted scriptures into the modern scientific framework so as to seem credible and appease their hearers and readers. There seems to be little problem with miracles, though, which clearly go against the scientific viewpoint. The main problem is one of either taking the Bible as literal or allegorical. Now, allegorical means using a narrative in which a character haven't lost you yet. Its meaning is not directly derived from the literal meaning of the words. So, for example, if we describe people as sheep, it represents an English idiom or figurative language.
So he's going into idioms and things like that, right?
Rather a comparison used to describe a group of people who are easily
an idiom is just a metaphor
or just follow
from
blindly.
a certain
Do you know,
area.
I think we know one or two of those. And of course, if you don't follow blindly, then you are labeled as a conspiracist. So we use figurative language, specifically in this case, a simile, which is comparing people and sheep, to create metaphors. In Matthew 15:24, for example, it says, "But he," that's Jesus, "answered and said, I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." Now, I have heard it asked several times, is the Bible a flat earth book? And if so, where does it say it? And what are the scriptures? So I am going to make a series of videos where I hope to cover most scriptures. A few will be by inference, like if stars fall to the ground, then they can't be millions of miles away, and we aren't talking about meteorites or asteroids. So to this end, I shall break it down into basic sections. The first is, does the earth move or not?
All right, so if you'd like to check out the rest of it, please go over to this channel. Oh, I already shared it. Okay. And yeah, no comments turned on. Go give him a thumb and it's interesting, the stuff that he says. And he uses all scripture. And if you've done your research on this, you know that what they say about the earth and its movement in scriptures, right? But yeah, just a real nice way of going about saying, hey, if you're Christian, then this is what it says, right? And it also says, let every man be a liar. Do not add or take away from the Torah. You know, you don't get to change it to fit your worldview. This is how it is. And yeah, just done in a really nice way. So, Flat Earth and Other Elephants. I like the title. Is the Earth flat? Jenny_H. Just a minute long. Let's see what Jenny has to say. No sound. Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land. Okay. So it's just going through the beginning. And the firmament and things like that. In the firmament, which is the dome. Is it flat? Do you think it is? Comment. And Jesus loves you. Give her a thanks for sharing. Much appreciated. Asking the question, is the earth flat? Take some. Jenny_H. Thank you for sharing. All right, we still got quite a few to go. I'm going to try to get through these quick. All the evidence that suggests Earth is flat by Techo, Techo. It's under 5 minutes. I see the AE map in there. Talking about the planes and how most of them cross over North America when they should just be going, from here to here. Bloop, should be real close. Now I know there is some planes that do it. There's special planes with like 6 or 7 extra layers of paint and this and that and all kinds of weird stuff. And we do know the jet streams out there get extremely high. Saw Mark in there, some moon landing stuff. Yeah. So thank you, Techo. Evidence that suggests the Earth is flat. Now, they put all the evidence, and of course, that's not all the evidence. But we're seeing flat Earth in a lot of stuff. So here is a Martk Sargent meetup. Somebody shared with him July 2nd, coming up at the beginning of next month, 5 to 9 p.m. in Missouri. It will be at the Brewtop, 8614 North Boardwalk Avenue, Kansas City. You can contact Austin Armstrong. There's his phone number and his email address. I will drop the link in chat for you. If you are in the Missouri area, Kansas City, Missouri, that is, and you'd like to go hang out with some flat earthers, now's your chance. July 2nd. All right, at the Brewtop. Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing. If you have something that you would like shared, you have an event or something like that coming up, as you'll see as we're closing out the show, we're going to go through a few of these. There's more and more meetups happening and more people asking Mark for his help to get the word out there. So yeah, just a great guy. if you have a meetup, you can contact him down here. You have his phone number, his email, or you could send him snail mail. Whatever you want. Mark will answer. Here's another meetup. The West UK, June 24th, with a virtual David Weiss. So David's going to be hanging out with them virtually. That's again June 24th at 7 p.m. Let's see, it's going to be at the Bridge House Hotel, Ferndown, Bournemouth, UK. Bournemouth. Flat Earth Social at protonmail.com for details. Nice. Again, that's June 24th at 7 p.m. And David Weiss is going to be hanging out virtually. Very cool. Very cool. Again, thank you, Mark. Lord Jamar on why he still believes the Earth is flat and who is hiding the truth. 6.14 million subscribers. This is the guy, DJ Vlad, was the one he went on the first time. Part 1, Part 6, Part 8, like, yeah, everybody in the rap world has heard about this. And there is still a lot of talk going on because I guess he went back on and doubled down, something like that. I didn't go and listen to it. But yeah, it takes some, like Kyrie. Kyrie never backtracked. He's like, I apologize to all the science teachers out there, but he didn't say, I apologize, I said the earth was flat. He just apologized for pointing it out. And yeah, he's still pretty open about it. Like, but yeah, this is Jake Jorts, Flat Earth MC God. I think this is a video gamer. Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot more of this. People just playing video games and putting Flat Earth in the title. Seeing a lot of it. If you're interested in going and watching some video games, I mean, I play video games. There is one person that I do watch play video games. He plays a certain type of game, and he's like one of the best in the world at it. He's not one of the cheaters, this and that. Very humble guy, and it's just, well, he's not so humble when he's playing. When he's not playing, he's humble, but yeah, video game culture is pretty nasty place. I'll just say that. There's the way that people talk while they're playing video games. We used to have to sit next to the person and play games with them. So we learned at a young age, how to control yourself and keep your composure a little bit and not. Otherwise, fights start happening, stuff like that. It did. We were young, dumb, fighting over video games and whatnot. But yeah, I don't even know if he mentions Flat Earth the whole time. I jumped through a couple parts and it was mostly just video game stuff. But yeah, we're seeing that in the titles now. A lot more. All right. So they're having the conversation. Kai the Don channel, right? We will copy and paste this in here. And it says, Blue asks, yes, if Earth would tilt if everyone stood on one side. Now he's talking about on the globe, right? He even says it like, he's not talking about on the flat. He's like, no. I mean, on the globe, if everybody went to one side, like everybody on Earth, would that be enough weight to change? Which is an interesting question, really. I mean, I don't think it would. We're so minuscule and infinitesimal, according to their model, right? The heliocentric model. But yeah, they're having the conversation and talking about it, right? And that's the cool part. Yeah, okay, that one's down in there. And then Witsit, the Flat Earth comeback. Happened 1 day ago. Not last night, but the night before. Witsit went live, did a little over 2 hours. Flat Earth comeback. He's going to come back and start talking Flat Earth. He needed a break, and I get it. Totally get it. But yeah, he's getting this house in order and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully he's going to come back good and strong. And I heard rumblings about him and Jaren debating possibly. I don't know. Not really sure. Haven't seen it out there anywhere. This is just something I heard. So I don't know. But yeah, it was a good stream. Austin's looking good. Getting his mojo back. Yeah. So smart. Really is. Austin's just... Yes, Witsit is absolutely a flat earther. Never thought of, it being a ball. Flat Earth Meetup, Michigan, Ohio. June 30th. Michigan, Ohio. So would this be out on one of the little islands out there possibly? June 30th, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Oral Mexican restaurant, 2530 Orchard Lake Road, Sylvan Lake, Michigan. You can RSVP to Marianne at mayflower@mailfence.com. Again, that will be June 30th if you're in the Michigan, Ohio area. 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Sylvan Lake, Michigan, on Orchard Lake Road, the Oral Mexican restaurant. You can RSVP to Marianne. There is her email. Again, another Martk Sargent. Like I said, if you have something to share, Mark will definitely share it. He will definitely share it. Here's another one, Davis, California, with Nathan Thompson, June 15th, so tomorrow at 1 p.m. It just says Davis, California. Yeah, if you want to go. 228 G Street. Okay. Davis, California. There's Nathan's number and his email account, Flat Earth Flyer A. He might have had to change it. It used to be Flat Earth Flyers. So I don't know if that is a typo. If you don't hear back from Flat Earth Flyera, I know it used to be Flat Earth Flyers with an S at gmail.com. Again, that's tomorrow at 1 p.m., June 15th, with Nathan Thompson in Davis, California. Thanks again, Mark. You are the man. Whoop. Learn cosmology from the Bible. The earth is flat. A lot of these. If I would have brought all of the shorts, I would have filled up well over 100. There are so many shorts like this where they're just going through, and a lot of them are, I mean, from every circle. You have your religious circles, you have the rap circles are going crazy right now with this Lord Jamar thing. Now, I'm not, And it has nothing to do against rap. I couldn't tell you any new rock band that's come out, right? I just don't follow music like I did before. It's just not something that I found out music was a weapon, you know? I mean, it was being used as a weapon, I should say. Music is beautiful when it's natural. It really is. It can heal your soul. It really can. But at the same time, it can do evil, wicked things to your soul too, when used malevolently, right? So I learned back in like 2011. No, it was like 2002, actually. I was going through muddy waters and I started learning about the music industry. It all happened when I had a buddy, went to the School of Music in Boston, Berkeley, a really prestigious school, right? It was like his grandparents were pretty wealthy, and I think it was like 40 grand a year. And all they did was like 4 hours of music theory and then 4 hours of practicing the music. But it was like on every single genre of music. He wanted to be a music producer. And he got a job at a music production company out in LA. And he was there for 3 months. Now, this was one of the best, nicest, sweetest guys growing up. Wouldn't harm a fly, just never saw him strike anybody in anger or anything like that. Real great guy. Rode motorcycles. He and his dad would race motorcycles. His dad was an iron worker, a lot of iron workers up in Northwest Indiana. Just real good, down to earth, blue collar, hardworking. And he was out there for 3 months and he came home. And I know they were paying him well and stuff. And when I asked him about it, he kind of got like hesitant, kind of like it was weird. It wasn't him, you know. I'm not saying that he changed or anything, but when I asked him that question, it was like he couldn't tell me the answer almost. Like he had to make something up there, like on the spot. Well, it was real expensive out there and this and that. And I mean, his grandparents would have paid for him to live at the Vatican, right? They had the money to let him live wherever he wanted to and help him out to achieve his dreams. That's how they were around this guy. He was just that good of a person that, his grandparents wanted him to have whatever he wanted. And he came back after 3 months, and I could just tell when he was giving me the answer that he wasn't telling me the whole truth. Like he saw something out there that these music producers or this or that do and how it actually works. And that got me to deep dive into that rabbit hole on music and all that kind of stuff. Was his reaction to, seeing it firsthand and not wanting to talk about it. Really just made me like, whoa, there's something dark in the music industry. If Wes, somebody who wanted to do this like his whole life, is now saying after just 3 months of being out there that, nah, I don't want to be a part of music and help produce music and have music be my life. It was just, yeah. So that's what got me into my deep dive into music. So Zach Ephedrine, Flat Earth, featuring Enku. Now this is like rave type music. I'm just going to play a couple of seconds. It's not my kind of music. Real loud, abrupt, right? We'll turn it down a little bit even. But if you're into the rave type, I don't even know what you would call it. Like I said, I haven't been into music for years, but I'm Flat Earth in the title. Okay. So yeah, real fast, upbeat, all that kind of stuff. Zach Ephedrine is the channel. If you'd like to go check it out, if that's your cup of tea, and you'd like to go tell them, hey, thanks for making that, putting Flat Earth in the title, the link is in the description. Oh, Sue Finelli says, if you wanted to see Jaron and Witt's debate, you have to sign up and pay for the Etheric Summit that's happening today. Yeah, no. That's not going to be much of a debate, in my opinion. Just saying. So here is a flat Earth discussion. Willie I Studio. About 15 minutes long. Just questioning stuff, right? Like, you can tell they're having the...
It's not like flat like that. It's a disc. Like, you know how a CD looks, right? You know what a CD looks.
So are they in a vehicle or something, it sounds like, possibly?
And it shows you the waters in the ocean.
So they're having the
Truth is, I don't know what the
conversation.
hell is in the ocean.
Having the conversation. Putting flat Earth in the title. You know, seeing so many of these. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. The amount that we're seeing right now. I had over 50 tabs open up here. That's from this week. Shatter the Dome, the city above the sky. Order this book. It's the best. A prophetic vision beyond the firmament. The sky is not what it seems. For centuries, mankind has looked upwards, believing the heavens to be infinite space, empty, silent, unreachable. The great dome of the ancient text was not a myth, but a barrier. Are you ready for what lies beyond? So the name of the channel is Change Your Life. Use the free energy. Love it. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's just going over a book.
Then a vibration. And then, in a moment that split history, the sky cracked. I didn't explode. The old and the
But he's
new.
listening.
The earth.
For a day. If you teach them to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. But we must remember also, we must not forget to fish ourselves. So in that, I mean, I have affiliated with Myron Golden just to sell his one book. It's called From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. It's right in the link, right in the video here. You can copy and paste it. I get it myself. And so, welcome back to the list.
To the list.
I'm into, I like to help people. And in helping people, you have to do things. You have to, so anyway, I was talking to Mr. Barnes.
I'm not sure why this came up.
He was putting out videos all
In the
through
flat
COVID,
Earth. I don't see flat Earth here
I
anywhere.
really liked his videos.
I'm not seeing flat
He's
Earth
got a
hashtagged
playlist.
anywhere.
I'll put it in,
Oh, a
probably up
vivid
in the corner
depiction
here.
of a flat Earth beneath a
Click on his
solid sky.
playlist
Okay,
and
that's
see what
where
he
it is.
did during COVID.
Yeah, this stuff is happening everywhere. Everywhere. Books, this, that. All right, we have the Flat Earth International Truth Expo, November 7th, 8th, and 9th in Quartzsite, Arizona. You can get all the information at the internationaltruthexpo.com. Quartzsite's beautiful. So far, the presenters are Martk Sargent and DJ Curious, Dave Weiss, Ryan with Burn the Corporate Fiction, Nathan Thompson, Candid Truth, Ace Baker with 9/11, The Great American Psy Opera, Dr. Andrew Kaufman, and Jerry Marzinski. I would love to meet Jerry in person. Changed my life. Just an amazing man who deals with the voices that schizophrenics hear. If you've never heard Jerry's, what he believes that they are, and the order and structure and this and that, like, it'll blow your mind. He's helped multiple people get over schizophrenia without the drugs and this and that. how they like to try and treat schizophrenia is saying that the voices aren't there, they're not real, you're crazy, take these drugs. And that's how Jerry saw that and was like, well, wait a minute. Like, you mean I can't ask him about the voices? No, the voices aren't real, they're not there. It doesn't matter what they say. Give them these drugs. And Jerry was like, well, I really want to know what the voices are saying to him. So he went and found another job in a place where he didn't have a bunch of oversight, right? And he got to ask these people questions and sit with them for long periods of times and not tell them, hey, you're just crazy, take these drugs. He got to sit down and ask, so what is the voices saying? And what are they saying now? And this and that. And he got to talk with lots of different schizophrenics. And he found out that a lot of the voices are all saying the exact same things. These people that have never met each other, but the voices are very similar, right? And yeah, it'll blow your mind. It will. And then he lets you know that it's not just schizophrenics that hear these voices. You and I hear them too. You ever be driving down the road and all of a sudden you go to, you get this crazy thought in your head, like, I'm going to drive off this bridge or I'm going to slam into oncoming traffic. And you're like, wait a minute, what? Where did that thought come from? Why would my brain create that thought? Because it's not your thought. That's them fishing. That's them testing the waters, right? And then when they get a hit, then they attach to those people because they know that they can influence them more. So they speak to all, I don't know what they are. Jerry says they're in a different frequency, right? A frequency we can't see, but they're there. They're around us. We talked to him about the shadow people a little bit. It's very interesting guy. So again, that's the International Truth Expo. You can find all the information at the internationaltruthexpo.com. It's in Quartzsite, Arizona. It's probably real hot in Quartzsite today, but November 7th, 8th, and 9th, they get very little rain out there at that time, and the weather's usually just beautiful, perfect for camping and hanging out, t-shirt, short weather. Quartzsite goes from, I think it's like maybe 500 and something people to almost 2 million in the wintertime with all the snowbirds that come down from the mountains. Quartzsite has big, giant, huge, flat, open areas that they've cleared out and turned into like RV places without hookups and stuff. And they do have RV places with hookups, but I mean, these are huge. These are like 5 football fields wide and probably 15 to 20 football fields long. Just huge open areas out there. And there's quartz everywhere. I saw fire pits with big quartz stones, is almost as big as my head, making up the fire pits. Just quartz everywhere. Huge amounts of quartz. It's beautiful out there. So that'll be November 7th, 8th, and 9th in Quartzsite, Arizona. Again, internationaltruthexpo.com for information. Are they hiding the true shape of Earth? Does it matter? Live Q&A with David Weiss. So this is somebody that has almost 40K subscribers and had David on just yesterday, 23 hours ago. Delora O'Brien off the cuff. So if you'd like to go give Delora, thanks for having Dave on. I listen to a lot of Dave's interviews when I'm doing yard work and stuff. I'll just put it on and, just to keep fresh in my head. He does now he has a lot of visuals, so if you're out doing yard work or something, you won't be able to watch it, but Dave does great at explaining, all the different concepts and whatnot. And he's not scared to say, I don't know about certain things, but for new people just hearing about it, he's not like Shane and Alan and Whitsitt on deep diving in and tearing apart the globe model from its, scientific foundations. They can do that really well. But Dave is really good at answering all the basic questions and showing demonstrations and giving examples of how he thinks it works, right? Now, not all flat earthers agree with, David's concepts on things. But I think he does a great job doing it myself. And he's always out there doing it. This is Dr. Flat. Seeing a lot more of these out there too. People putting flat earth in their name. The #1 flat earth proof. Oh. Let's see.
Flat earth proof. This is Lake Wollongbolla. Now, relative to the horizon, if you look up, straight up above your head, 90 degrees to where my drone is sitting, right there, 90 degrees, what will happen when that drone moves straight ahead in its own flat plane? It's not going to change altitude. It's just going to move straight ahead. From my observer point,
Lowry, the reckoner.
What's going to happen? The angle is going to change. The drone has not changed altitude at all. It's just changed the distance from where I'm observing it. If it moves again, the angle changes again down to 25 degrees there.
So yeah, I've seen this guy's been putting out a lot of stuff lately. I just picked one of his videos, but at Dr. Flat has been very active. Let me see. Yeah, he's one of these people putting out all these different shorts and whatnot. One day ago. Yeah, I know I've seen him multiple times this week. So he might be just starting out. So let's definitely get over there and get him
the #1
up
flat
and all that kind
earth
of stuff.
proof. This is Lake Wollongbolla.
And we will put a... Oh, thanks for sharing. And Lowry and Nico will be having Flatlanta. We need a... I was going to talk to you guys about this. Tonight I was going to bring it up. Or tomorrow night on the show. But you guys got to make like a thumbnail trailer type video with all the info and stuff like that. Just for like a date and time and place. It doesn't even have to have all the presenters or all that kind of stuff in it, but I want something that I can put up here and share with people. Yeah. So if we can get something like that out, that'd be awesome, man. Because I'm horrible about remembering dates and all that kind of stuff. I need reminders. But yeah, Flatlanta in Atlanta. Nice. Gonna get it up and running this afternoon. I would appreciate that, brother, and I will share it every weekend until it happens. So yeah, there's all kinds of meetups and festivals, and people are getting stuff in the works, folks. So yeah, get your dancing boots on and your walking shoes, your traveling shoes. Those meetups, they'll change you. It does. It kind of makes you realize how not alone you are. When there's that many people around you and they're real people and you're like, wow, this is, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Flat Earth Reality, Real ITI, all one word, just a capital F. Flat Earth Real ITI. Let's see what they do in this one. Electricity, the Earth is flat. Seeing a lot of these, just a lot of these. We'll play it for a little, just a second.
Hours in the middle of the ocean.
A compass only functions properly on a flat surface to differentiate between north, east, south, and west.
Which is very true. If you ever had a compass, it's not like you can hold it up like this and expect it to work. You have to try to get it as flat as possible so it can freely rotate. But yeah, seeing a lot of these videos. A lot of them. It sounds like AI.
At nearly 500,000 miles per hour. Earth spins eastward at 1,600 kilometers.
Just kind of, yeah, I'm loving, I'm seeing more and more of these shorts in short form. Just naming the nonsense of the heliocentric model. It's crazy. Lots and lots and lots of them coming out. This one, Cajun Truth Seeker. You ask, I dive. Episode 4, The Flat Earth Theory. Now, I'm assuming, seeing the shirt here, kind of like this shirt I'm wearing right here, that this guy isn't going to be defending NASA and stuff like that right here. Just saying. But we can go ahead and listen to a minute or so. I didn't even listen to this one at all. I just saw that shirt and I was like, yeah, this is going to be pro flat Earth. But yeah, the Cajun Truth Seeker.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of You Ask, I Dive. And this topic right here, this is where it all started for me. This was my very first rabbit hole. Ooh, it's so exciting because this is the one that cracked the illusion, right? This is the one that flipped everything that I thought I knew upside down. Because everybody remembers that first moment that you started to see. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That one question that led to hundreds more. And this was the one that did it for me. And I want to thank Goddess Wendy for putting this in the comments section. And the topic, the flat Earth theory. Now, I know a lot of people out there are rolling their eyes, but before you tune out, okay, let me just say one thing. This right here is where it all started for a lot of people, including myself. Because I'm going to tell you, whenever you start comparing the heliocentric spinning ball model, right, to the geocentric stationary model, I'm going to say this. As a critical thinking adult, this right here makes more logical sense. But I'm not here to preach. I really want you to stick around because I'm just dropping some breadcrumbs. The same kind that led me to realize the world is not what they say it is. So, you ready? All right, let's go. Little story on how I found out because flat Earth wasn't even a...
All right. Yeah, this guy needs some more love. 93 subscribers. Definitely could use a comment down there. We're going to... Come on, guys. Let's show this guy some love here. Let him know GLOBEBUSTERS sent you. I've seen that in a couple of them. When people send a comment back, I'll go and check it out. Even if, you know, when it says good times for all, and I'll see that some people in the chat have put, I was sent here by GLOBEBUSTERS, or GLOBEBUSTERS showed me this. Thanks for sharing. Stuff like that. That warmed my heart so much. So whoever was out there doing that, thank you so much. That made my day when I saw it this week. Other people commenting and saying I saw this on GLOBEBUSTERS. But yeah, the Cajun Truth Seeker, I'm going to go check out this guy's channel. I'm probably going to, yeah, you know what? I am going to subscribe to this on mine. If I'm not already. No, I wasn't. Okay, there we go. Should we fight or should we rise? Fingerprints to the soul. Tesla 369. Egg theory. Fingerprint of the soul. How many? 106 videos. So it kind of just talks about everything. Black Law Dictionary, frequencies, vibrations. Check your ego at the door. Started about 2 years ago. And has been at it. Sacred geometry, flat earth theory. Very cool, man. Said flat earth was the start of his rabbit hole journey. So thank you for sharing that, man. That's good stuff. The Cajun Truth Seeker. Flat Earth, Waters Above by Syncretism. 10.2K followers. We'll give them a thumbs up. I'll drop this link in the chat for y'all. Yeah, just so many of these shorter videos. So many of them.
That the Earth isn't spinning, but it also proved the waters above in the Bible. Globers, this is your trigger warning. This is George Airy. He was a British astronomer in the 1800s, made famous by his experiment Airy's failure, where he failed to detect any rotation of the Earth. George noticed star aberration. What this means is that starlight comes at the Earth at an angle. Globers will tell you that this has something to do with the axis of Earth and its rotation, and that we're flying through space. And anybody who's ever used a telescope knows you don't point the telescope directly at whatever you're trying to look at. You always have to position it slightly away from it because of how the light travels. What George found when he filled his telescope with water was that he no longer had to angle his telescope slightly away from the stars. He could angle it directly at the star itself. Filling the telescope with water removed the star aberration. It no longer appeared that the starlight was slanted. It was coming straight in because the medium matched the medium that the stars exist in. The waters above.
That's not how Airy's failure works. But thank you for sharing anyway. Syncretism. No, if you would like to see, here, I'll just pull it up. Malcolm Bowden. This gentleman right here was, yeah, definitely not a flat earther. But Mickelson Gale, where is, he did an Airy's failure thing that broke it all down, and I was like, I finally got it. Because I didn't understand why. Now he is a geocentric, right? Why the sun circles the earth. But that whole idea of the earth being flat, he was totally against back in the day, for sure. Where, oops. Where is his Airy's failure video? There, no, this is, it says Mickelson Gale experiment, but that's GB Airy right there. Unless there is. No. 17 years ago. This guy's an OG.
An explanation of the Michelson-Gale experiment by Malcolm Bowden.
So maybe it starts with this.
Universe to have any scientific support
Here we go.
whatsoever.
Right in here.
Passing across the face of the earth.
Okay, yep. If you want, if you're having any trouble understanding Airy's failure, that video I just dropped is the one that got me. Now, it's not even about Airy's failure. It's about Mickelson Gale, but they go into Airy's failure because this is what they were like testing, right? If you propose, yeah. But this one's pretty good. No, I could have swore he did one on this. But Malcolm Bowden, really cool guy. This one's by Unique. Almost 2,000 subscribers. The Earth Plane Song. Question your school books and rediscover the world with open eyes. Written by Eric Dubay, illustrated by Can Ev Art. So a children's book, The Earth Plane, written by Eric Dubay. I didn't know Eric had a children's book out. Did you guys know about this? Is it all a song?
No rocket ride, no spinning show, just sky above.
Okay, so another new song. Comments turned off. That's all right. So thank you for sharing. Unique. Sharing some Eric DeBay stuff. All right, and last but not least, I just found this yesterday. Amber Plaster, Hello Flat Earth. Tribe of Zabulon shared this one. So I guess they're just playing the Amber Plaster song. And I think I'm going to finish out the show with this one, folks. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. I saw that they put it out for, I believe, July 20th. Let me make sure. Why don't we just go check? Why isn't GLOBEBUSTERS popping up? Oh, I'm on Bob's account. That's right. So, yep, scheduled for July 20th. What is a geodetic datum? The boys will be back. Nice. So we are, have a great rest of your weekend, folks. All right. Go outside. Let some grass up in between your toes. Feel the sun a little bit. Get some, energy. There's so much from sunlight that we get. Don't coop yourself up inside the whole time. Get out there and get some of that sun. It'll help. Yes, and love your neighbors. I do. I've got great neighbors. So it's easy. Oh, there's a link in the chat. Eventbrite, Flatlanta tickets. Awesome, man. Yeah, we'll put together a thing and then we'll play that every week out until it happens. So this is Amber Plaster. Hello, Flat Earth. I think this might be an old one. I know she's. Let's see. Let's go check out Amber Plaster. Here she is. Plaster with Amber Plaster, Dear Babylon, 6 years ago. So I don't see a song called Hello Flat Earth. The Earth is Flat, official music video. Yeah, she started off young. But remember, be good to each other. Don't lie to each other. Open your mind. There's truth inside, folks. Love you all. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Keep it flat.